Hey guys, so it is the next day and everything is dry. We've got it right here. I've got a few chunks of it here to show you. And as you can see, this is how you know that it's not felted. When you can just pull it apart and it easily comes apart, no felting whatsoever, which means there will be no neps when you comb it. Now, as you can see, the tips still have some brown in them, but the combing process will get rid of that. We could also card the tips a little bit if we wanted to get rid of that, but I would rather not card that. I would much rather just kind of pick it off with my fingers because I don't want to stretch that too much and cause the integrity of this fleece to not be as sound as it first was. So just like with anything in fiber art, you need to be gentle and use love when you do it. But we will comb some. I will show you. I've got super fine Valkyrie combs. They are lovely. I'm a Valkyrie girl, that's for sure. I've never had a problem with their combs. I love them dearly. This is the pair I tend to use the most because I do a lot of super fine fiber, as well as my extra fine. These are the super duper fine. They're a little smaller than their usual combs, but they do just as much work. So, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to want to take it, put it on the combs here. This is just a few pieces that were separate, so I'm just going to put them on there. Just kind of take those ends and kind of flick them out a little bit so it's a little more open, so it's easier for you to comb, and try to get it on there so the least amount is showing on the back side. You don't want much hang off on the back because you could end up with more waste. So you just want to take your fiber, fluff that cut end out, place it on your combs. You can also just run this through a drum carder if you want, but I've been on a comb top kick lately, so we're just going to do some comb top here and make some sliver. Pick it apart, put it on the comb. And you'll see all these brown tips will subside when you comb it. That's just some extra dirt that will go away, and if it is tinged a little bit, it will blend into the comb top when you do a few passes. It's a process, but it's definitely worth the trouble, I'll tell you that, because I've gotten some beautiful comb top from this fiber, like I showed you before with that little sample I showed you. And see that beautiful crimp in there? We still have the integrity of the fleece because we didn't agitate it much. We just let it do its thing. And that's what you need to do to save that integrity of that fleece so you don't felt it. So you can easily pull it apart like this, and also you won't get any neps. Because I personally like to spin smooth yarns. That's just my personal preference. So I try to make sure that I don't felt it so I don't end up with neps. If you do have neps, you can always just yank them out as you're spinning too. It's really not that big a deal. But if you felt it, you're compromising the integrity of the fleece, which you don't want. So just do everything with a little bit of love, that's all. Which isn't hard. As a fiber artist, we do everything with love, right? Just pick it apart. You could always flick the ends too if you wanted. You don't want to overload your combs. I know I said that in a previous video, because you'll just make things that much harder for yourself. These can't hold all that much fiber.